Imagine walking into a garden that didn't cost money, but still feels alive. There's a glowing tower of old bottles lighting up the path like a lantern post. There's a tiny cottage made from a cracked teapot hiding under moss, like someone small lives there. There's a silver flower made from old spoons that never wilts, and a dragonfly made from plastic that throws little rainbows on the leaves when the sun hits it. None of this came from a store. These were all things headed for the trash bin. Stay with me. I'm going to show you how junk turns into personality. Little guardians, quiet lights, tiny stories tucked between the plants. Even if all you have is one corner of balcony space. Your garden doesn't need to be big. It just needs soul. Welcome to Mod House DIY. Here, we don't buy perfect garden decor. We build character out of what everyone else throws away. If you love recycled garden ideas, tiny fairy corners, glowing bottle totems, and turning trash into something that actually feels magical, you're in the right place. I post these upcycled garden inspirations every single week. So if this kind of slow, handmade beauty is your thing, hit subscribe and stay with us. Also tell me in the comments, where are you watching from right now, and how big is your garden space? Balcony, patio, tiny yard, or full backyard? That helps me choose what to build next. Your garden doesn't have to look expensive to feel unforgettable. If one of these ideas spoke to you, maybe the bottle lantern, maybe the teapot cottage, maybe the little wind chime made from old keys, tell me which one you'd actually try in your own space. I read the comments and I pull ideas from you for the next video. And if you're new here, this is what we do every week on Mod House DIY. We rescue junk, and we turn it into quiet little stories for the garden. Thank you for spending this time with me. See you next week. At twilight, when the garden begins to hush, a tower of glass begins to glow. Once empty bottles, green from soda, amber from vinegar, blue from wine, now stand like a totem of recycled light. Each bottle catches what's left of the sun, storing it gently until evening falls. Then, one by one, they wake. A soft glow slips through the colors, painting the nearby leaves in shifting hues of emerald, ruby, and gold. It doesn't demand attention. It simply exists, quiet, patient, beautiful. A handmade lantern that hums with memory. The kind of object you'd walk past in the morning without a thought and find magical again at night. This glowing tower feels almost alive, as if the garden built it for itself, an offering of light made from yesterday's waste. It reminds you that transformation doesn't need grandeur. Sometimes it's as simple as giving shape to what's been forgotten. And as the first stars appear above, the bottles shine a little brighter, whispering their soft colors across stone and flower. In that gentle glow, the whole garden feels like it's breathing, content, alive, and renewed. Beneath a fern's gentle shade, something small catches the eye, a glimmer of porcelain among the moss. Once a broken teapot, now reborn as a fairy's dwelling. Its cracked spout stands proudly as a chimney, while the handle curves into a perfect archway above a door made of bark. A few bottle caps form a playful path across the soil, and acorn cups cradle tiny blossoms beside the steps. When sunlight spills through the garden, the marbles in its windows glow softly, like warm lanterns flickering from within. You can almost imagine the hum of tiny voices inside, the rustle of wings, the scent of tea that never goes cold. There's a quiet kind of poetry in it, a reminder that what's been broken can still hold warmth, that beauty doesn't vanish when the surface cracks. It just finds a new story to live in. This little house doesn't shout for attention. It invites you closer, to crouch, to look, to wonder. And in that moment, the whole garden feels like a page from an old storybook, one that's still being written, one bloom and one fragment at a time. When the sun moves across the garden, it finds something shimmering between the leaves, a dragonfly that doesn't fly but still seems alive. Its wings, once the smooth curve of a plastic bottle, now catch light like fragments of glass. Each edge bends the sunlight into tiny rainbows that dance across petals and stone. The body, a simple line of metal, rises from the soil like a note on invisible music. In the breeze, the wings tremble, a soft illusion of motion, just enough to make you pause and watch. There's magic in how ordinary plastic can pretend to be delicate. Once forgotten, once tossed aside, it now glows with purpose, not polluting the earth, but protecting it. It becomes part of the garden's breath, a quiet symbol of what hands and heart can rebuild. Stand close enough, and you'll see your reflection ripple in its wings. It's as if nature forgave what we made and turned it into art. In that moment, the garden feels lighter, a space where waste becomes wonder, and even stillness can take flight. In the quiet corner of a garden, color rises. Cans that once held beans, coffee, and soup now stand tall, reborn in layers of paint. Folk flowers, dots, suns, tiny birds, each stroke a whisper of joy. Stacked one atop another, they form a totem that hums softly in the wind, a cheerful guardian watching over blooms and soil. When the morning light touches it, the colors glow as if alive. Rustic reds, mustard yellows, sky blues blending with the green around them. It sways slightly, never losing balance, like it remembers both the weight of its past and the freedom of its new form. This isn't sculpture. It's memory stacked with purpose. A small reminder that beauty doesn't come from perfection, but from persistence, from things once emptied, given another chance to stand tall. Children point, adults smile, the garden feels warmer. The totem doesn't speak, but it keeps watch, quietly, faithfully, as the sun moves, as seasons turn. It's the heart of the yard now, the laughter post that makes silence feel safe. A hymn in color, made from yesterday's cans. In a patch of soil where sunlight lingers, a bloom of silver rises quietly. It doesn't wilt, it doesn't thirst, it simply catches light and gives it back. Each petal, once a spoon from someone's kitchen, now curves outward in grace, polished by time and the maker's hand. At its heart, a vintage drawer knob gleams like the memory of an old home, holding the bloom together with quiet pride. When the wind moves, the flower shimmers. It hums softly without sound, a reflection of sunlight, of transformation, of something ordinary turned sacred. Around it, real flowers nod as if they recognize their kindred spirit, a creation born not from seed, but from second chances. This spoonflower doesn't compete with nature. It joins it. Its metal petals catch the same morning dew. Its shine echoes the brightness of the day. And in the evening, when the light fades, it keeps a soft glint, a promise that beauty can last beyond its season. It's not decoration, it's endurance, a bloom that will never fade, proof that hands can turn what's forgotten into something that feels alive again. As daylight fades and the garden begins to whisper, a soft glow blooms from the shadows. A washing machine drum, once forgotten, once filled with noise and motion, now stands silent, reborn as light. Through its tiny perforations, the glow escapes in dotted constellations, scattering stars upon the soil. Each beam of light flickers like breath, alive but calm. The cool steel that once spun cycles of laundry now carries warmth, the gentle warmth of evenings shared in quiet corners. Around it, herbs catch the glow, leaves gleam gold at the edges, petals blush faintly in the amber light. It's a simple transformation, yet it feels sacred. How something industrial becomes intimate, how a discarded shell becomes a source of peace. This lantern doesn't just illuminate, it restores. It turns the ordinary act of nightfall into a small ritual of reflection, a moment to sit, to breathe, to remember that even the hardest metal can learn softness again. And when the stars finally claim the sky above, the drum keeps glowing, a man-made moon, patient and kind, keeping the garden company until morning. On a sunlit fence, the light finds its mirror, a circle of silver and gold made not from luxury, but from leftovers. Tin can lids, once dull and discarded, now fan outward in a perfect burst, catching every stray ray that dares to pass. Each lid gleams differently, some matte like old pewter, others bright as morning dew on steel. Together, they become a single, radiant sun frozen mid-flare. As the breeze moves, the reflections shimmer across wood and leaf, scattering fragments of light onto the soil below. It feels as if the fence itself has learned how to smile. There's something deeply human about it, the act of turning waste into warmth, of saying, you still have purpose, to things that were meant to be thrown away. The tin sun doesn't burn or fade. It endures quietly, its glow a reminder that even the smallest, simplest shapes can hold beauty if placed with intention. When evening comes, it still shines, not by power, but by memory of light. And beneath it, your garden waits, golden even after sunset, as if the sun decided to stay a little longer just for you. At the edge of the garden, where the ferns bend and the shadows begin, a silent watcher stands. Its body is made of rough wood, splintered, uneven, and beautiful in its honesty. Two metal eyes gleam softly, catching bits of sunlight as if they're studying the day. This owl doesn't move, doesn't call, but its presence fills the space with quiet awareness. It feels old, even if it was built yesterday. A guardian shaped by human hands, but belonging entirely to the earth. The weathered would tell stories of rain, the cold, the patience of time. The metal remembers fire and work. Together, they become calm strength, a lesson in stillness. In the evening, when light fades, its eyes turn to mirrors for the dusk. It seems to know when to rest and when to glow again under moonlight. You might pass by it a dozen times before you notice how alive it feels. That's the magic, not in motion, but in presence. A sculpture, yes, but also a reminder. Even silence can stand guard, and even scrap can be wise. In the heart of the garden, laughter takes shape, round, bright, and green. Three old tires, once forgotten and heavy with dust, now smile beneath the sunlight. Painted in the color of life itself, they stack to form a plump little frog, cheerful and content. Two bottle caps become its curious eyes, always watching the blooms and bees nearby. Inside its hollow belly, life grows again, tiny succulents spilling like a soft crown, each leaf glowing under the morning sun. It's as if nature herself decided to borrow a bit of humor, a touch of play, to remind us that joy belongs in every corner. This frog doesn't croak. It listens. It keeps company with butterflies, welcomes raindrops on its belly, and glows brighter after every storm. Made from what once rolled on concrete, it now rests on earth, a symbol of transformation both simple and profound. From motion to stillness, from trash to treasure, from noise to peace. Every garden needs something that smiles back. And here, among flowers and soil, a frog made of tires teaches us how to bloom again. Not perfectly, but playfully. Across a sunlit wall, a lizard glimmers, not alive, yet full of life. Its body is made of broken things, shards of cups, tiles, forgotten dishes, fragments once sharp and useless, now arranged into grace. Blues like sky, greens like forest, golds like warmth after rain. Each piece catches the sun, and together they breathe again. From a distance, it looks as though the lizard is moving, slipping between shadow and light, climbing toward the sun. Up close, you see imperfection, yet that's where its beauty hides. The cracks are not flaws, they are veins of memory. The garden hums around it, the whisper of leaves, the hush of stone, as if it knows that even ruins can shimmer. It's more than decoration. It's a quiet declaration. Nothing is too broken to become whole again. Every piece, once discarded, now fits into something larger, a living mosaic, a message in color and patience. When evening comes and the wall turns gold, the lizard glows softly, still, but alive in its own way. Proof that sunlight and second chances can mend even the smallest fragments of our world. There's a music the garden keeps, one made not by birds or streams, but by time. Keys that once opened doors, spoons that once stirred mornings, now hang together in quiet rhythm. Each movement of wind becomes a note, each chime a memory set free. When sunlight touches them, they sparkle softly, like laughter caught in metal. When evening falls, they whisper, low, slow, a lullaby for flowers. The sound is never the same twice. Sometimes bright and playful, sometimes tender and slow. It's the song of imperfection, the melody of reuse. No conductor guides it, the wind decides. And yet, every tone seems to know its place, echoing gently between leaves and walls. This sculpture isn't built for noise, it's built for listening, for slowing down, for remembering how beautiful ordinary things can sound when given a second life. So let it ring, let it sing, Let it remind us that art doesn't need silence to be peaceful. Sometimes, peace has a sound, the delicate harmony of old metal meeting the morning breeze. As the garden exhales into night, a quiet light begins to bloom. From bottles once emptied and forgotten, a tower rises, tall, slender, glowing softly in colors that shift like memory. Reds hum with warmth, blues whisper calm, greens breathe life back into the dark. Each bottle carries a history, a celebration, a dinner, a quiet evening now reborn as part of something luminous. Together, they hold the light, sunlight stored, released back into the world through glass. At dusk, when shadows stretch and silence deepens, the totem becomes the garden's heart. It doesn't shout, it glows. The softest light, the gentlest defiance against darkness. Around it, lavender and thyme perfume the air, and the stones at its base catch hues like fallen stars. It stands not for grandeur, but gratitude, proof that even emptiness can shine again, made not of new things, but of things remembered. When you walk past it at night, you don't just see color, you feel it. A pulse of hope, a rhythm of reuse, a reminder that beauty can return quietly, bottle by bottle, light by light. Tucked beneath the low branches of a fern, a small world waits. A teapot once cracked and cast aside now sits proudly, reborn as a tiny home. Its spout becomes a chimney, the handle an archway, and its litter roof slightly ajar as though someone just stepped outside. Pebbles form a winding path to the door, a slice of bark painted into warm, welcoming wood. Around it, moss spreads like a living carpet, soft and glimmering with morning dew. Little marbles glow in the light, pretending to be windows for invisible guests. You can almost hear laughter inside, faint, like a memory or a wish. It's a story told not with words, but with hands that saw beauty in what was broken. This fairy teapot house doesn't just decorate a garden. It creates a story. It reminds us that wonder doesn't live in size. It lives in the small, the humble, the imagined. And when you walk by and crouch down, time slows. You're no longer in a garden. You're in a world between moments, where discarded porcelain becomes a dream, and every leaf is a roof waiting to shelter a little bit of magic. Among the ferns and wild blooms stands a small guardian, part machine, part myth. Its body is built from forgotten things: bolts, gears, clock faces, and dreams of invention. A spiral hat gleams in the sun, its metal edges catching light like sparks of curiosity. The gnome doesn't smile, yet it feels alive, its posture proud, its shadow long. There's history in its texture, each scratch a memory of purpose, each joint a whisper of human hands that refuse to waste. When the breeze passes, its tiny metal wings tremble, humming faintly like a tune from an old workshop. Around it, flowers lean closer as if listening. It's both relic and reminder that art can come from ashes, that rust can wear beauty like armor. In daylight, it watches the garden like a sentinel of imagination. At night, it glows faintly beneath the moon, its silhouette blending with the vines it guards. The steampunk gnome is not a toy, nor merely decor. It's a spirit of transformation, proof that even the coldest metal can find warmth in the hands of creation. A parade of color winds across the garden floor. Old shoes, mismatched and worn, now alive again. Each one holds a small world of green, a rosette of jade, a tiny bloom of purple, a leaf shaped like laughter. Together, they crawl across the soil like a happy caterpillar made of memories. Every shoe tells a story of walks once taken, of rain, of sunshine, of time. Now, instead of carrying feet, they carry life. The leather cracks, the laces fray, yet the plants don't mind. They grow anyway, turning wear into wonder. Under the morning light, droplets of dew gather on rubber soles, and the air smells faintly of renewal. It's not just clever, it's joyful. A quiet reminder that creativity often hides in the corners of what we once forgot. The caterpillar rests among the marigolds, blending play with peace. Children smile. Adults pause. The garden laughs back. And just like that, what was once trash becomes a story of movement again. Not of steps, but of growth. Each shoe, a chapter. Each succulent, a sentence. Together, they march toward beauty, leaving footprints made of green.